Hello everybody, this is Samantha Hill and this is my Unit 15 weather observation for ATM101. And for this observation we were looking at the NWS hourly observations for the weather station in Eagle, Alaska. And so by looking at this graph provided on the screen, the black line indicates the climatology for the area and the red line represents the actual daily temperatures for the area. And just by looking at the graph, you can tell that the average temperatures were way higher than what actually happened. So it's pretty interesting, and that's what we looked at for this observation. So looking at the max and mins and the ranges for this time, they recorded that on January 25th there was a maximum of -4 degrees Fahrenheit, a minimum of -36, and the range for the day was 29 degrees. For January 29th, the maximum was -35 degrees Fahrenheit, the minimum -45, and the temperature range for the day was about 10 degrees. And then for January 31st, the maximum was -9, the minimum was -29, and the temperature range was 20 degrees. And so by looking at these numbers and doing some evaluation, the climatology temperature for the 25th was -11 degrees. January 29th, it was -33, and January 31st, it was -8. So with these numbers, we can tell that the temperature in Eagle was much less or much cooler than it was expected for the climate. And then when we look at the weather maps, we can see why these things happened. So for Sunday, you can see that there is a strong low system that is influencing Eagle and bringing in those thicker clouds. And just for a reminder, Eagle is about in this area of Alaska. And then this system also brought strong winds. Moving on to Thursday the 29th, you can see that there is a strong high influencing Eagle, which has brought in strong northwesterly winds and has pushed in more cloud cover and has brought cooler temperatures. So there are the scattered clouds and the moderate humidity. You can also see that there's some fog over the area as well. And then for the last day of the observation, Saturday the 31st, you can see that the high pressure system is over the interior of Alaska, especially over Eagle, and this is what helped bring in those lower temperatures that we noticed. This also moved the clear skies and brought in cooler and drier air to the area. Alright, and now we are going to look at the end of March in Eagle, Alaska as well. So just looking at the graph, we can see that the average climatology for the area is much lower than what was actually recorded. And so looking at the mins, the maxes, and the temperature ranges, on March 24th, the maximum was 42 degrees Fahrenheit, the minimum was 11 degrees, and the temperature range was 31. For March 26th, the maximum was 48 degrees, the minimum was 29, and the temperature range was 19. And then for March 28th, the maximum was 48, the minimum was 17, and the temperature range was 31. And then when we looked at the climatology for these days, for March 24th it was 15 degrees Fahrenheit, the 26th it was 28, and for the 28th it was 17. So looking at these climatology temperatures, we can tell that the temperatures were unusually warmer than what was expected for the climate of Eagle. And now if we look at the weather maps for Tuesday the 24th, we can see that there's a high pressure system influencing the clear skies in Eagle, and it looks like these high pressure systems mostly just pushed all the clouds out of the area. And so the air mass over Eagle increased the humidity, it decreased the temperature and the pressure, The area experienced higher temperatures than what was expected, like I said in the previous slide. Looking at Thursday the 26th, we can see that more clouds have moved over the area compared to the last day. And it brought in a strong low pressure system that was bringing in those thin clouds over Eagle. And for Saturday, March 28th, we can see that that low pressure system has moved into Eagle, and there are westerly winds, and they're weakened and became northerly compared from this day to this day. And these winds strengthened throughout the week, and that is about it. Thanks everybody for watching, and I hope everybody had a great semester. Good luck with finals. Thanks.